What's up, LC heads? We have another mana collab. So this is what, the third one, and kind of time to take a trip down memory lane, because I do believe this was the first collab that Last Claudia ever had. Randy did reign supreme for a long time when this game first launched. I mean, your friends list was nothing but Randy's just because he was so strong. Will he ever get there again? Probably not. They did drop some insight upgrades for the older heroes. According to my guild members, Reese, the green elf chick with a spear, she has gotten the best insights out of the bunch, probably because of her passive abilities. Aside from that, we are getting some new heroes, and here is the one that launched today. This is Val, of course, interesting hero. Let's just see what Val has. We are here in Heart of the Temple. We're going to see if we can smash the ogre real quick. Let's see what Val has to offer. Now, one of the things Val does is he has Flame Saber, Saint Saber, and Lightning Saber. Because we are in a level where everything has dark resistance, like 90%, we'll go with Saint Saber just so that our basic attacks can do any damage at all. Aside from that, I have him set up right now with a dark attack weapon. So he has dark attribute right now. The cool thing about Val here is that his attribute changes, and his S1, S2, S3 special, they all change based on the attribute of the weapon that you give him. So this is the first hero that has 4 pieces of paid gear. There are 3 different element swords for him, and there's his armor. So here's his S1. Well, it would have been his S1, but we got interrupted. Here's an S3. He pulls the enemy to him, does a bunch of damage. Here's an S2, a bunch of slash attacks, right? Oh, we walked right into that miasma. S1, slash attack. We're going to take some of these birds down. It is nice to have a basic attack that can do something here. Uh-oh. That is a problem, though. We took too many hits. Val is dazed and confused, and the poison's working on us. I think we're going to be okay, though. We can do some damage to the ogre, but, well, I can't even switch targets and look at his stats. Alright, at least our S3 got through before we got crushed. Here's an S1. S1. Now the S3 will pull someone towards you, so that'll be pretty cool for arena. Wow, that actually did pretty good damage to him. S1, S1, S2. Consider this, we're doing dark damage right now because he's equipped with a dark sword, and the ogre has 95 resistance to dark, so we're doing like 5% damage here. And you know what? Our Saint Saber probably wore off. There we go. So the S3 did him in. All in all, not too bad. We could have given him a light attribute weapon, and then all of his attacks would be doing light damage. Matter of fact, let's just do that real quick. See how big of a difference it makes here. Let me just double check that. I know he has... Okay, we'll just look through his skills. Slice, medium area combo attack. Change attribute based on the trait Soul Guard. The S2 is severe, front charge, and deal medium area combo attack. And of course, change attribute based on the trait Soul Guard. And then the S3 is Shade Sight. Pull in one enemy from a medium area combo attack. Move unit if unpullable. Okay, so that's what we were seeing. Obviously, he can't move the ogre. so then he just gets moved to the ogre. The S3 is going to be useful for like arena, because you're going to be able to select a healer, and you're going to just be able to pull that healer over to your side and smash the shit out of them, right? And all of these have this change attribute based on the trait Soul Guard. So we'll look at that trait next. The special is Phoenix Fervor. And what's cool about this is I do think... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of the last hero that actually has some kind of buff that they give with their special. This one is just a powerful wide area combo attack, and it changes the attribute based on the trait. So here's the trait. We'll go with Soul Guard first, because that's such a big part of how this hero works. When equipped with only one weapon, change the unit class based on the equipped weapon's attribute. So you can either do Thunder weapon equipped, make physical attacks and special thunder, and become a Rune Knight class. One light weapon equipped, make physical attacks and special light, and become the Aegis class. And one dark weapon equipped, make physical attacks and special dark, and become Berserker class, right? So we have those here, right? We have Berserker class because I have him equipped with a dark sword. These classes do a lot. Physical, magical attack damage plus 20, but damage plus 40%, and damage cap 100,000 when attacking with a physical attack or special. Enemy defense minus 20% and deal damage. The Aegis class here won't flinch from ice and dark physical and magic attacks. Ice and dark damage taken minus 50%, and chance to auto guard. When auto guarding, cut damage by 40%. So he's got some kind of guard build that you can play with here. And Rune Knight, this is the duration of extra damage type buffs from the unit's active skills plus 300%. So he has a buff that he can give to himself to add extra hits to your basic attack with, you know, light, dark, or lightning, thunder, right? The thing is, I really wish they would have given him ice, because we have ice heroes that actually use their basic attack. Qingli, she is ice attribute, and she has a really good basic attack with a high hit count. To be able to add to that hit count and make her attack, you know, just that much more better would have been awesome. And let's see, there is Christmas Lilibet, who has a basic attack spam. If you hit her basic attack and her S1, it cuts through her basic attack animation, and she just gets to spam it over and over and over again, as long as you're standing in the right spot on the map. So they're all ice attribute heroes, and they all have ice damage up abilities. So if this dude could give extra ice attack hits to, you know, basic attacks, that would have been really useful. Instead, we get, you know, lightning attribute, holy, or dark, right? So I guess that all depends on which weapon you're equipped with. We have a dark. We'll just give him a light sword real quick. It doesn't even matter which one, right? And then I guess we have to go in here and change this to Aegis. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did this, if it should just change automatically when you change to that weapon. I don't know. But let's see how that works, because in this level, everything has a really high dark resistance. We might as well look at the other trait. Seeker of Answers and Truth. When equipped with only one weapon, skill and special damage 50%, damage cap, another, 50,000. Whenever hitting an attribute weakness with a physical attack, boost all attribute damage and damage cap. Max damage 30%, damage cap, another, 30,000. And this is cool because, well, this hero has one of 3 elements that you can equip at any given time. So he's going to be great for bosses. You're going to be able to put him into a lot of different teams, right? You need dark damage. He's good for that. Lightning, you can put him into that team. And if you need him to do holy damage, you can also put him in that team and make him do holy damage, right? And obviously you are going to pick these elements to what the enemy is weak to, right? So he's going to be good against bosses that are weak to any of these three elements. He's going to do more damage when he's hitting that weakness. So that's cool. That makes him very usable. On top of that, let's just look at some of the good stuff he has aside from this. You know, attack up max, defense up max. He's fairly tanky for what he is, and that plays into like his guard build, because you know he does have that guard build thing. He has a pretty advanced guard ability actually for what he is. We have heroisms, a lot of them. Strength, defense, hit points. That's 12% to all three of those stats, and then we have an 8%. That's nice. X guard, when guard is equipped, damage taken during guard minus 15%. When hit point drops to 50% or lower, guard rate up. There are so many tank heroes that would kill for X guard in this game, and they just don't give it to them. It's also hard to get your guard rate percentage up. So, Brute Buster, that is absolutely awesome. You took a page from Randy's book here. Give physical attack special counter an anti-brute, beast, plant, insect, bird, fish, and creature type effects. You're going to get slayer damage to all of those, so that's really nice. And to complement that, we have anti-type boost. Anti-type boost is awesome because now you can just give this guy any slayer or killer and he's going to get an extra 50% to that effect, so that's really nice to have. Auto Grand Fort, continuous Grand Fort effect, auto haste, physical weak point boost because he's pretty much always going to be hitting, you know, an attribute weakness, or you didn't set him up right. Spirit Breath so he can recover some SCT. Goddess Kiss, nice to see that built in there. So he's going to be able to get some MP back. That's pretty cool. Fair and Square. Physical attack damage 20%, damage cap 2000 to enemies without status ailments. Blessed Speed, piercings in there. And then we have the favorite sword, two-handed sword. Two-handed sword boost 2, which is nice. You know, 20% more damage and 6,000 more damage cap. And then we have two-handed sword boost, what is that, 5? 30% more damage and 12,000 more damage cap. That's nice. And he's got sword mega boost. With sword equipped, physical damage 30% and physical attack damage cap another 2,000. All of those add up. He is hitting for well over 2 million, so that is nice. He wears clothes giga boost, right? Clothes equipped, defense minus 10%, damage taken minus 10, and physical attack damage plus 15. Armor up, hit point plus 3. Armor equipped, hit points plus 20%. Quick trigger is always nice to have. He's going to have something to start every battle with. Indomitable Spirit is kind of like meh, it's okay. What is cool about it is after you take the lethal damage, the skill damage plus 30% buff. So he gets hurt real bad, he comes back and just does more damage, right? Then we get to some of the cool stuff that he has. Blade and Shield Sigil, continuous Grand Brave, and high protection effect. Strength, defense, plus 15%. That's nice. And Beastly Force. When using an attack skill or special, use 5% of max MP for damage plus 20%. Now, this is why it's important for him to be able to replenish his magic points with Goddess Kiss. This is pretty much, my goodness, what is it called? Yeah, we have another, it's not Proud Force. We have another ability that does pretty much this. It uses some of your MP to do more damage. I don't know why I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I know it's not Proud Force. And Elemental Break. When special activates... Okay, that's right. They did give him a special ability, so this is cool. I really like this. When special activates, give all allies a strength plus 50% buff. That's awesome. Additionally, give the unit a physical attack damage plus 30% damage cap, another 10,000 buff. So your whole team gets strength plus 50%, including him, right? And then he also gets damage dealt plus 30% and damage cap another 10,000 after he uses his special. So this guy actually has a reason to throw his special. It's not just damage. There's a very nice buff attached to it. It's just not written in under the special. So that's cool. They kind of snuck that in that here. We also have Crystallize. Boosts unit soul drop rate and quests by 2 times. Not stackable, right? And then, of course, I don't have the rest of his abilities unlocked. This is a really, really good base set, though. He's got some good stuff going for him here. It's nice and straightforward. It's simple, and he gets to choose his element. Yeah. So, did we choose... Yeah, I guess we have to go in here and choose the Aegis class. I don't know why it wouldn't just change his class based off of the weapon that you equip and what attribute it is. I guess the programmers didn't want to do that for us, so they just programmed all 3 of these classes in here. I am going to try to use Berserker class with a light weapon. I doubt it's going to work. But let's just run this again because this should be much easier. Alright, these things, if I recall, some of them actually have... See, we're going from 95 resistance down to 50. And the birds are actually weak to light by 25%. So, Saint Saber, just to get those extra attacks. Oh. It's funny, I remember running Durin in here, and Durin, his attacks are so slow and he gets interrupted so fast that he literally cannot get an attack off in this level. So yeah, look, just a lot better damage to the birds because we're actually... Oh, get that S2 in there and charge this fool. Yeah, because we're actually hitting some weakness, and that's what this guy's all about. Obviously, look at the Ogre's health. Here, let's charge our kit real quick. Look at the Ogre's health. He will just get smashed. Our basic attack's doing more. And our S3, look at that. Yeah. So, and remember the Ogre still has a resistance, so we're not even hitting a weakness, right? He's just doing this with the right element and his Slayer ability. So that is what this guy does. Powerful and very straightforward. He's going to be easy to set up, easy to play. So there's that. Everybody that logs in right now, you do get a ticket to pick one of the Redux heroes, and those would be the older heroes from Mana collabs of past. So here's the Redux collab trading ticket, right? These are the heroes I don't have. I don't have Randy and I don't have Papoy, right? I could also pick one of these older arcs that I didn't get along the way. And of course they're giving out some prisms down here if you've already collected everything. So honestly, it's kind of a toss-up for me right now with Randy and Papoy. Now, for a lot of people that weren't around for the second run of this collab, you could probably pick... Where is she? I have her in a team here. I have my bonus team set up. Here she is, Reese. Awesome Earth Spear user chick, right? And I would spend that ticket on her, just IMO. I don't think Randy's ever going to make a comeback and be the super powerful hero that he was. I think Angela should be in there too, right? Angela's cool. I have built my Angela up. I really do enjoy her. She's a quick cast mage. It was a lot more powerful when part 2 of this collab first dropped. Just look at her. I like her little hips. She's awesome. But her magic is fast cast. It doesn't take that much MP, and she can just spam magic. Her mana magic did not have like time freeze and stuff, so she could just spam that real time over and over. So, you know, she's pretty cool. I've actually used her quite a bit. She also has a non-attribute spell, which is like a non-attribute meteor that comes down. It's pretty cool. It can do pretty good damage. But according to the guild, this chick right here has really nice insight upgrades, and I think it has something to do with like her passives that she adds to the team. Probably when unit is alive, all allies physical magic attack damage 30%. When unit is incapacitated, restore all living allies hit points and apply defense mind plus 50% buff. I don't know if the trait actually got better, but I think she has more support stuff in here, and pretty much my guildies were saying that she's worth it because of the support that she has. So Reese, pretty cool support hero, and she does obviously some decent extra damage, and because she has good crowd control. I do remember that from Whirlwind Spear. She makes a little tornado. I've always thought she was a cool hero, and now people are going to be running her more, right? So get in there, get your free ticket, pick one of the older heroes, and this is what's up on the banner right now. Here is Val. We also have the new mana arc. When equipped with only one weapon and hitting an attribute weakness with a physical attack, which is what Val's going to be doing, attack / special boost damage cap by 6,000. Sword equipped, strength 15%. That's nice. Special has a chance to deal crits and cut physical magic damage taken based on how little hit point is left. Max minus 20 when you're obviously low at health. Pretty cool, but I think the real draw here is some of these learnable abilities. You know, extra attack boost, skill 2 breakthrough, we'll skip all that, but the Guardians of the Sanctuary, strength minus 10, but defense plus 20%. That can help a tank be way more tanky, and we do have a hero now that scales some of her damage off of defense, so it wouldn't, you know, the strength minus 10% wouldn't affect her damage as much because she's getting defense plus 20%, and she also scales her damage off of that. So, you know, this is kind of niche for her and all the tanks of Last Claudia. That could also be very useful in guild versus guild. Make your heroes way more tanky to help you run out the clock, right? And then we have Elemental High Drive, Fire, Ice, Earth, Thunder, physical attacks, and special damage plus 30%. So that's really nice, especially for like a Rimuru hero that uses all of the elements. I can't think of the other heroes' names that use all elements like that, but this is a really nice boost, just to get that 30% to all of those attributes: fire, ice, earth, thunder. That's awesome. And then we have Visions of Mana. When equipped with only one weapon, attack damage plus 20%, damage cap another 2,000 to same attribute as the equipped weapon. That's not bad for 9SC. You're getting the 20% and you're getting a little bit more damage cap, and this can be applied to anybody, right? Because it's just going to go off of what attribute weapon that they have, unless you are doing, you know, a non-attribute damage hero, which there's only a few of those really. So, you know, here's another 20% more damage and a little bit more to damage cap for any of your element damage characters. That's nice. So has some worthy skills in here that people are going to want, I think. The Arc Ether reward, the Flower Rod. This looks like a healer's staff, right? Hit point recovery from units, healing magic plus 20%, nullify, cut mind debuffs from active skills, exclude some debuffs. So not the craziest looking thing in the world. Are we getting a healer next? Probably. Probably. I'm just guessing that maybe the other hero that they're going to drop is probably going to be some crazy healer. I don't know. It's a healing staff that's on here. I really think, you know, this arc is obviously for Val to use because the trait is so nice for him. and it's got some cool skills in here. I pulled Val off my very first pull, and as you can see here, I still got to lap 2 just trying to get the arc as well. At this point, I'm just going to hold out and see what part 2 brings, because I want to take a look at that arc and the other hero that they're going to be dropping. I'm still going to be doing my dailies and just hoping to get some luck, right? And they've been giving us tickets, right? So there was a 10 pull ticket already and a bunch of single pull tickets. You can grind out some more tickets in the event. Very cool. And of course, we have tickets for the older heroes. There's Reese, there's Randy, Bo Bandy, right? And there's all the old arcs. And there was a choose pickup gacha. So this is cool. I mean, if you're going for some of the older heroes, right? You pick your hero, pick your arc, and you have a higher rate of getting those. Good to see that they're trying to do some different stuff with the banners like that. It's taken them long enough. So yeah, it is what it is. Get in here, get your free ticket. I will say this, when part 1 of the Mana collab dropped, oh man, those were the good old days. Like, you could start the Mana collab and you just got one of the heroes for free. So I do remember that a lot of people just re-rolled their accounts until they got Randy, and then congratulations, you're starting the game with one of the strongest damagers in the game. And yo, Randy was on top for a long time. Like, power creep did not come for Randy for a long ass time. Just because he has, you know, I think he had like so many Slayers built in and stuff. I haven't really looked at Randy as a hero for a long time, but I can tell you right now, he topped the power chart for the longest time. Like, I don't think any other hero in LC has stayed on top for as long as Randy did. I mean, he was literally every single friend list hero for, I want to say the first year, but at least like 6 to 8 months. So I don't know if he'll ever make a comeback. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Randy now. I'm sure people have had a chance to look through all the insight stuff and see all of the buffs for them. And like I said, they are trying to bribe people into using their insight materials on Durin, right? Durin was like, I think he was one of the free heroes that was given to us. Now I'm trying to think, like, how many times have we had this this collab already? Durin is really slow with his abilities though, and he can be flinched, so he could never even do the ogre run. Well, if you use the materials to unlock his insight abilities, they're going to give you 1,000 lapis. So I did see that. They're tempting people to do that. Now, I don't know if you want to do that. From my understanding, to insight some of these heroes, it takes a long time. People were talking about how they've saved up insight materials for like months, and that's how long it took them to fully unlock the insight on a hero. I don't know if that's worth 1,000 lapis to you, but it is something that they're doing. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the insights to the older heroes and what you're going to be spending your materials on. I've been holding on to mine. I think I might just power up Reese. She just looks really good, and I do remember her doing a lot of just passive stuff. Like, you don't even need to control her. You can just bring her to the fight. She makes everybody else in your team that much stronger, and you don't even have to control her. You can just kind of like let her run around in the background and do whatever passive damage that she does while you actually control your main damage hero, you know, and do all sorts of damage with that. So I might just blow all of those materials on her. So we will have to see. But I wanted to get in here and record something because we do have a collab, and I did get the hero. So best of luck to everybody. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're doing. And yeah, let us all know what hero you chose from the Redux, because you could get any of them. Papoy was pretty cool too. Oh, I will say this. The one hero that you probably don't want besides Durin would be Prim. Oh my goodness, I was looking at that like Prim. Prim is just terrible. I ran her in uh, one of these event levels where you get to actually try all of the heroes. Yeah, Prim right here. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Like, they need to up her. They need to up her damage cap by like, I don't know, 80,000 at least or something. She is just such a waste of a hero. At least Durin could hit hard if you could get his abilities to go off without him being interrupted. Like, he was still usable. He could get some damage on the board. But Prim, my goodness, Prim really just is not doing shit. I mean, I think she's hitting for like 40,000 damage. In a game where 250,000 damage is what, damage characters are hitting. And she doesn't really have any really good support. If I remember correctly, her special activates some kind of half-ass barrier around her. And then she pretty much just runs around hitting shit for 40,000 damage. So Prim would probably be the lowest ranking hero here, just IMO. Don't even look at her. And if I'm missing something about that, please leave me a comment, let me know. But she's like below Durin. In fact, there's Durin, stinky Durin. He at least had good damage caps for his slow ass attack. So there was that. Yeah, if I recall correctly, yeah, he dropped when Reese and no, they gave Durin to us for free, and we could pull for Reese and Angela when part 2 of this collab dropped. And Angela, hey, she's still a good mage. She's kind of an acquired taste because she's just quick cast. Her magic does work a little bit different than all of the classical LC mages, but I still like Angela. I think she's cool, especially for quick on tap magic. You could probably use her in a guild battle scenario and expect her to cast some magic fairly quickly. So it is what it is. At least that's what my take is on it. And best of luck to everybody. I hope you get nothing but reds. Well, greens, right? Yeah. Anyway, have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.